Hey, what's up, guys? Hope you guys are doing well. So, yep, I did it. I went to Walmart, went over to the knife section, and found a bunch of these new Ozark Trail $7.97 knives. And I decided to pick a few of these up, just the ones that I thought I might like. And so I picked them up and yeah, I went ahead and opened up some of these. And so what I'll do is just kind of go through each of them and give you guys my thoughts about them and which one I like and which one I don't like so much. And so, yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at these together. So obviously these are the original Ozark Trail knives. These are very nice. $10. They're going for about $10 nowadays. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at this. This is the Glacier. This is the 7.5-inch folding knife. Looks really similar, to be honest. Okay, the design style looks pretty similar, but I would have to say out of all of these, this one is probably the worst. I don't like this one very much at all. So yeah, let's take a look at this one. This is the Glacier 7.5-inch. It does have ball bearing open and a polypropylene handle here. So to me, it's just like, it feels like a really cheap plastic. And when I look on the inside here, there's no like metal liner on the inside here, so there's quite a bit of flex when I push in that way with the handle. It has a 3.25-inch steel blade. On all of these, there's no indication of what type of blade or metal it is. This got a slide lock and a reversible pocket clip here. So one of the things that I really don't like about this knife is this little locking mechanism here. It's really recessed in here, and it takes extra effort to unlock it. Okay, so I don't like that very much, and even to depress it, to swing it out like that, it takes a lot of effort to push this little unlock button and then swing it out like that, or and it kind of sticks here. But yeah, you can do that, open it with that, but sometimes I like just unlocking it like this, and this doesn't close very well. Okay, so sometimes with these I like to push this little lock button and open it that way as well. On these original Ozark Trail ones, again, this is the Sonder, and it sticks out a little bit more. It's not as recessed into the handle, so it's easier just to push the button and unlock it and swing it out like that if I don't want to flick it out with this little thumb stud. So I would say out of all of these, because of this button, the recess design on this one, and how cheap the plastic actually feels, I don't like this one really that much. And when you unlock it, it doesn't swing in without pushing it that way. Whereas this, you just kind of tilt it and then it closes up. The second one that I have here, this is the Cumulus. All of these seems to be 7.5-inch blade or knives, except for this one. So this one has ball bearing open and an aluminum handle. And it has 3.5-inch stainless steel blade, 4.25-inch aluminum handle, frame lock, reversible belt clip as well. When I was picking these up, I thought that I would like this one quite a bit. It looks really thin, narrow, and it looks like it would be fun to carry around and use. But one thing I don't like about this one at all is that this part right here, I think the liner lock, I don't know if it's a defect or if it's the way this knife is designed. When I open it up, this part seems to lock up, and it takes a lot of pressure to get this unlocked so that I can bring it into the closed position. Opening wise, this pressure, the amount of pressure, see, I can't even use one hand here to unlock it. Whereas something like this, I could do one hand and go like that. Whereas this one, I don't know if it's a defect or if it's designed like this, but this little frame lock here really wants to go that direction. And oh shoot, I was spray painting some things earlier, but got some gold on there. But yes, this part right here is horrible. I don't like this one at all as well. So, you know, the design itself, it feels okay. The metal handle here, aluminum handle, actually doesn't feel that bad. It's just this locking system here is pretty bad, to be honest. And I want to like that one, but I just can't. So yep, that is the Cumulus. The next one, these four are actually not too bad, you know, considering they're $7.97 knives. These are not bad. This one has a rubberized handle. There's metal that runs along the internal surface of this rubberized handle. Initially, I thought, oh man, this one looks super cheap. But when I press this, it's actually not too bad. And it's got a pretty nice rubber grip here. So it's not too bad. The liner lock isn't bad as well. One-handed, I could close it up like that. I like how, you know, I can use that little tab to open it up. This blade here, it's really quite stiff, so it's hard to flick it open. I really can't get it to open using this thumb stud. So I don't know if that's just the design of it, but it's really tough to do that. It's really tough to open it up that way. And again, this is a spring assisted open rubberized handle. All these 3 1/4 inch stainless steel blade, liner lock, reversible pocket clip. So it's got a nice snap to it with that little spring assisted open here. So it's pretty nice to have that little feature. So it snaps into place. So I do like that. The handle feels a little cheap and thicker than maybe some of these other ones, but overall I like the way that it opens up like that. This one is another nice one. This is the Ridgeline. This one has ball bearing and pretty much the same thing here. G10 handles though. Stainless steel reversible pocket clip. All of these have reversible pocket clip. This one, I do like the design here. The red and this kind of cream color with the black just blends in really nicely. Okay, and it pops out like that. I could do one-handed opening and closing, and I do like this Tanto blade as well. This part, I really like to open packages with that, and so it's quite nice, and it feels nice in the hand as well. You know, this has a better grip, I think, with the curvature of the handle here, but this one isn't bad as well. You know, it feels nice. Yeah, so this one I like as well. This is the Trailman. This is a bigger knife. This is an 8.5 inch folding knife. Has ball bearing, rubberized handle. Actually, this feels pretty nice in the hand. This is much bigger than the rest of these other knives. Let's see some of the features. 4-inch stainless steel blade, 4.5 inch rubberized handle, liner lock, ball bearing, reversible pocket clip. This frame has metal all on the inside here. So it feels nice and sturdy. There's a little give here, but you know, it feels nice and sturdy here. This one, the more I was playing around with it, it actually reminded me of another knife that I had, and this is the Cold Steel Recon 1, the S35VN version here. It's slightly smaller, but the shape of it just feels very similar to it. It's lighter though, and it doesn't have the thumb stud here. But again, there is this little button to depress the blade out like that. This one has a totally different locking mechanism, but this thumb switch on this Recon 1 is very nice in that regards. But yes, this one, you know, for $8 compared to this one, I forgot how much I paid for that one, but it was quite a bit. But this one feels very similar to that, and it reminds me quite a bit of that, just with the blade shape and all that. And I wouldn't mind like doing some, you know, heavy duty grunt work type of thing where I don't want to destroy the blade on that one. I'll just use this one instead, and it'll serve its purpose for that. But again, this is a pretty nice one. Over here we have the Vertex. This is aluminum handle as well. It feels pretty nice. Okay, kind of like this one here, but this one's a little bit thicker, not as skinny. The blade is a little bit wider, and it feels a little more premium than this one right here. This one here, the liner lock works just fine. I could do it with one hand, and it opens up pretty nicely like that too. So standard 3.5-inch stainless steel blade, 4.25-inch aluminum handle. I like this kind of burgundy blue color here. Let's see. I'm looking at this and I'm already noticing a little bit of chipping in the paint here, which kind of sucks, but I guess that's okay. These are going to just be beater knives, and so that'll be all right. So liner lock, reversible belt clip on all of these. I would say that these two, the Glacier and Cumulus, are no good. These I could use, and I would carry these in this order, you know. This one I like the most, this one second to the most, and then these are pretty equivalent. Again, for $8, these aren't bad. If you haven't picked up this Sonder and you like a lot of the flicky style of this type of model, this one's going to be way better than all of this, and it's worth the $2 extra to just get these. So just pick up the original style Ozark Trail versus these, but if you wanted to play around with the newer models, then I would say these aren't bad at all right here. So the Wonderlust, Ridgeline, Trailman, and Vertex are good to go. Yeah, so that is it for this video. It was pretty cool checking these out. I think there's one or two more that I didn't see at our local Walmart, and so I'll be looking out for those. And that is it. I will see you guys again in the next one. If you have any questions about any of these that I can answer for you, leave it in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.